Hey everybody, it's Rose Thorne. So it's 1:30 in the morning, my time. I don't know what it is in Canada, but Foodie just hopped online and she decided to do a very late night morning rage against Natter. I don't know how much of this I'm going to be able to capture. Normally, something like this she gets rid of, but I'll do my best. So let's just jump into this thing.
Again about me, and I don't care because you're gonna have to probably resort to using my name to get any views after this, but you're a liar, a huge liar. Huge liar. Like, how can you sit there and lie? Like, here, okay, so let me break it down for you. Every single problem you're experiencing right now is your own fault. Like, get that through your fucking head and stop blaming me and talking shit about me every chance you get. Because guess what? You look like an idiot. Like, you actually think you have a case against me for
Foodie, it's 1:30 in the morning. Why aren't you asleep? Why aren't you getting your rest? I want to get my rest. I was in the process of uploading an ambiance video after my live chat tonight. You should be in bed, sleeping, not raging. Do you know how unhinged you look by doing this? Seriously.
I don't know what your point is. Like, the only reason you're in any problems, any trouble, is your own actions. Like, what don't you get about that? You fucking narcissistic child. Look to your fucking left. Look to your left. You cannot literally do anything, and you cannot even read your own chat. You cannot even read your own fucking chat. And go ahead, strike this for hate. This isn't hate. This is truth. Go ahead and this is stuff I wish I said. I'm not protecting you anymore. I'm not going easy on you anymore. Oh, I won't be after this, Tracy. Don't you worry. I just want to remind him that all of this is his own problem, his own fault.
No, it's actually both your faults because you both keep engaging with each other and you won't cut each other off. I mean, it takes two to tango. He should cut you off, you should cut him off, but you two idiots just keep going back and forth. And if you're not doing it on your phones or Messenger, you're doing it through YouTube. You're fighting through your monitors with each other on YouTube, and it's so ridiculous.
I find it really funny that you're crying now, playing victim, and every single reaction person who is sympathizing with this person is really sick. But you'll see that in the future. I'm sure it will all come out in the wash. I just have to be patient. That's what I have to do. I'm blocking, like, starting after this stream. I don't want to hear. I'm gonna put his name in the blocked words list. But you have to know that the reason that your life is shit is your own fucking fault. Like, you. Hey, Sam. Late night pacer. This guy is actually like, he's actually on his live stream acting like he's a fucking victim. I know, someone's gotta break this cycle. No, but seriously, like, he's acting like a fucking victim to this. Like, oh no, I'm really worried about you and Dee Dee. Really? You're worried about him? Somebody I had to make a fucking safe word for because he's a fucking piece of crap? Like, seriously? Okay, get a life. Don't flatter yourself. I'm not wasting any more fucking gas money on you. And I'm never messaging you ever anywhere because you fucking. Ugh.
You know, guys, I told you that I do the calm reacts over here. I've been told by some people I'm not mad enough at Chantal. I've been told by some other people that I'm too mean to Chantal, that I sound angry at Chantal. If anybody out there is wondering why I'm angry at Chantal, an example of what she just said. That's why I'm angry. The whole I got to use safe words, and he was so abusive. That's part of what makes me angry. That's part of what makes me angry. She's never been in any danger with Natter. She literally goes to see him. She has no fear of him. I just don't like people who purposely trigger other people for the sake of making money and claiming certain things happening to them that never happened because they want to seem relatable to their audience in a very toxic, trauma dumping, trauma bonding kind of way.
So yeah, I'm never messaging him, ever, ever, ever. No matter what bait he tries to send me, fuck you. The only reason your life is shit is because of you. Sorry. He's just, I guess I just completely forget like how horrible he's been and how abusive he's been. And he does not get it through his head that he's like done this himself. Like, he'll blame me. Oh, you did false report. And Dee Dee, you have no fucking right to say that. Just like I had no right to say that about May's story. I don't know what happened. You don't know what happened. You weren't there until you inserted your big, fat, dumb, fucking ugly, blonde, balding comb over in the mix. So fuck you. Fuck you. You're the one who did too many drugs and got really violent every time. How many times have you smacked me? How many times have you hit me?
Okay. Trigger warning for anybody out there who's been through DV or SA. Let me just throw out the trigger warning. I have no idea what else she's going to say, but obviously she's in that ballpark of talking about those things. So anybody in my audience watching this video, you can already tell she's moving in that direction. So if it's too triggering for you, if it's going to cause you some kind of emotional distress, please don't watch or skip through the video. Someplace where it won't trigger you. But I'm giving that trigger warning right now.
What? That's just gonna be dust under the rug. That's just gonna go under the rug. You don't even fucking care. You never even acknowledged that. What about that? What about your abusive, aggressive behavior you never address? What about that?
But you yourself have said you are an abusive person, Foodie. To what extent, I cannot say. I wasn't in the room when things happened. But you said that you are abusive. And I can pretty much guess that you are at least verbally abusive. I don't know about the physical part, but at least that much because you are verbally abusive to your own viewers. So if you'll do that to people that are giving you money, I'm sure you're that way to somebody you're giving money to.
And that, yeah, I'm okay with because I fucking loved you. Plain and simple. Okay, so fuck you. Every single thing wrong in your life is your problem, not mine. No reaction is the best reaction, especially dealing with someone like him, apparently. And taking credit for me making more money than you, or not making more money than you, but making more money since being with you, for what? For drama? None of it's fucking fake.
Yeah, it is. It is fake. I'm calling you out on your BS, Chantal. It's fake. A lot of it is fake. You call it your story. Stories are often made up. I know this because I'm a writer. The stuff on your channel is not autobiographical. It's made up. It's all fucking made up.
Like, it's not fake that you gave me an STD and screamed at me on the way, so I dropped your ass off and then went live and told everyone about it. You deserve that. Fucking right. That's disgusting and that's abusive, and you deserve to be fucking outed for it. My mistake is always thinking that you're going to change and I should take you back. And you know you're a piece of crap, so now you hate that I outed that people know you now, and so you're going to try to make me pay for it. He's not gonna put me in jail. I'll put him in jail first. Don't worry about it.
And you know what the sick thing is? If she put him in jail, she would get such pleasure out of that because she said in one of her Cuba rants when she was in Cuba that her fantasy was to put Nader in jail and be there for him when he got out. Chantal is so mentally twisted up that she would take pleasure in knowing that he was in jail and away from other women. That would make her so happy.
I know it seems like I'm crazy, but I'm actually very, very, very level-headed right now, and in general.
Chantal, you're laying in your bed in the dark. It's 1:30, 2:30 o'clock in the morning where you are. I don't know the time zone difference between where I'm at and where you're at. It could be the same, but it's 1:30 in the morning. She'd be sleeping or doing something else. You are on your phone in the dark, ranting about Natter for like the 10th time today. Okay, you're doing this to yourself. All this ranting and raving about Natter, where is it going? What's it doing? Nothing. Except making all of us who are not directly involved, you're making us crazy. You are. Imagine being locked in one room with just a TV, and the TV is always playing the same program over and over and over again for hours. After like the third hour of the third day, wouldn't you want to take that TV and smash it up against the wall? You would.
I know what I can do. Anyways. Come here, Sam. I didn't watch his whole life. I just saw him like talking like shit with his fucking sidekick who has no idea of anything. She's just a fucking yes man. Probably stroking his fucking ego right now as we speak. You're disgusting. I don't even want him anymore. Like, I'm not even joking. The fact that he's such a fucking liar, like, oh. Fuck you, stop sending him messages. He's a fucking piece of shit baiter. He knew I would do that. And he's not getting ever anything from me again. Ever. Watch. Just watch. You're gonna be fucking begging to crawl back. You know it. Because you're a fucking bum.
Wait. Stop right there. So 1 minute you're saying you don't want him anymore. You said that I don't want him. And then you're saying that he's going to beg you to crawl back, which means you would accept him if he crawled back.
Sitting in another woman's condo on my iPad that I fucking still have to pay for your fucking bum ass. You live off women. You're a scrub. And you're a woman abuser. And I'm not afraid to say that anymore. You are a woman abuser. You've hit me at least a few times. That makes you an abuser. And you've never taken accountability for that.
And I'll say it again as someone I've been through SA and DV, severe DV and SA. I doubt that he laid a hand on her. She talked about a story where he hit her so hard she saw stars. My question to that is, why didn't she have a black eye then? She's on blood thinners, which means she bruises easy. Why didn't she have a black eye? I've had a black eye before. Nobody hit me to the point where I saw stars, but I still had a black eye. Why didn't she have one? We've seen the bruises on her chest, but that could be from rough, intimate play. Some of the things that she does and she says don't make sense to someone who's actually been through it. Her behavior does not line up. Like claiming to go through SA and she runs around on camera half naked, saying that this person did severe abuse to her, and yet she's not afraid at all to be around them. She goes back and forth. doesn't make sense. Sorry, it just doesn't.
Absolutely not. Okay, I need mental health, but what does it have to do with this issue? With him being a fucking piece of shit abuser?
If you cared about your mental health, you would stay away from your abuser instead of running back and forth to him and buying him stuff and buying him groceries and paying his rent and renting hotel rooms just to meet up with your abuser. That's how you take care of your mental health. You stay away from people that potentially damage your mental health or endanger your mental health. You don't run back and forth to them. Just don't.
It makes me look like the one who's crazy. And yeah, he's trying to be a victim now. But that will only work until I start. Like, once he gets no attention from me, it's over for him, and he knows it. Nobody gives a fuck about your shitty live streams that you can't even edit. And Dee Dee's so fucking boring. You're both boring. Like, you're gonna have nothing. Nobody gives a shit about you beyond drama. You're the dumb one. Like, you're so dumb. The burn his bridges with Dee Dee, no, because she's a fucking dumb simp. She don't care.
You know what? I got a theory. She's mad at Natter because Natter won't give her attention. So she's deliberately getting on live stream very, very early in the morning because she wants to vent out of frustration and she wants to say what she wants to say to her audience and then quickly delete so that Natter will never know about it.
She would rather be abused or whatever. I don't know. He doesn't even like fucking. He doesn't even claim her. Like, why would she even want to do all that shit for him? It's so weird. I don't understand the dynamic. And I'm just so glad I don't have to fucking deal with that shit anymore. But you're not gonna sit there and look like a fucking victim. Sorry.
You're not one either.
Like, you're fucking stupid. Anyway, I'm not even gonna talk about him because that's honestly the only way to disarm him. I realize that. Anytime I talk about him, and he has some fucking. Sorry, you have some fucking nerve to be like, um, before you met me, you made half what you make. What did you make before you met me? You had nothing in regards to YouTube. You had nothing. You, I wish he would have tried to start his own channel. You would have like 50 fucking subscribers. Like, honestly, like, you're so full of shit. You don't realize how hard it is to get a subscriber base on YouTube.
She
Like,
ain't wrong saying that. It would be a lot harder if you didn't know her and his content sucks. So very few people would know about him and subscribe to him. And considering the fact he doesn't know how to market himself using Twitter and whatever else, he wouldn't have anybody. His entire audience is because of her. She ain't wrong saying that.
like, so no, you're the one who's better off. But you're an idiot. Just because I don't say yes, Natter, to you, you have to try to destroy me now. I don't think so. I think they're both pretty okay with their dynamic. Of course they are. That's why they friggin', Okay, Mia, shut the fuck up. I'll talk about whatever I want to. He showed all of your messages and say you're unhinged. Of course, just because it's one sided, because exactly. He's trying to make it look like I'm following him like a puppy dog. That ain't gonna happen, pal. Sorry.
But you are following him.
Moment of weakness for wanting your D is nothing. And even now that I fuck that, knowing what you're dealing with legally, no thanks. Dixie babe, welcome to Room Puppies Recipes. Fuck that shit. Who he really is, and then he expects me the whole time to just like look bad for him all the time. You know what I mean? Anyways, it is tiresome, and there's not much left else to say.
Thank God for that.
But you're not the victim, and you have no one to blame but yourself.
You're not a victim either. You're not in a situation where you're stuck and you're being forced to stay in it. You can easily cut this off and stay away from it, and I really wish you would. And I think a lot of other people feel the same way watching you. They're all tired of this. They're all tired of hearing about it. This whole situation with Natter is played out. It's played out. It's a done deal. There's nowhere else to go with this. The only sensible thing to do would be just to drop it and move on.
For all of this. You're the whole problem. So the way I'm processing it is not the way everyone else is seeing it. So
yeah, the way you're processing it is the wrong way to process it, involving strangers that don't want to be involved. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to see it. You're not processing it the right way. You got something to say, get on the phone and talk to Natter directly. Message him directly on Facebook. How is talking to all of everybody in your audience, how is that helping? You said a lot of things about Natter already. Has that helped you at all? No. All it's doing is keeping your obsession going because you feel validated to keep going with this and keep throwing wood into the fire to keep it burning.
no. I'm just realizing certain things. Like, I really thought up until like right when I was about to move in with him, that I believed him about him and Dee Dee.
Oh, what'd you say? You were about to move in with him, but I thought you were getting a place for him by himself. So you were going to move in with him. You lied to everybody. When everybody said you're moving in with Natter, you said no. No, it's not going to happen. Are you mad, Chantal, because you dangled the golden carrot in front of Natter? You lied to him and said, oh, let's go apartment hunting. I can get you a place, knowing full well you couldn't. And then when he found out you lied, he cut you off and he said, that's it, no more. And ever since then, you've been ticked off because you're not getting your Natter fix.
Relationship, everything. Like, you forget that you did too much cocaine. You fucking got abusive and fucking hit me and everything else. You did all this shit.
Oh, yeah, this is going to be dirty deleted. Guaranteed, just because she said that, what she just said. He did cola. You were doing cola too. You did a live stream where you confessed that you had a $3,000 cola habit. So if he was doing it, he wasn't doing it alone, Chantal.
Shit. You moved Dee Dee in. You were fucking horrible to me. You used me, you abused me, and now you want to play victim because you're a narcissistic piece of shit. And he will absolutely come crawling back because you're a fucking bum. And I have him blocked everywhere for real. I'm never unblocking him.
See, that's the problem with Chantal. She thinks because she's getting all that YouTube money, that makes her powerful. She can just hold that over his head. I've got the power. I've got the money. And you don't have the money. Therefore, I have all the power. And sooner or later, you're going to come crawling back because I have the power. And you need to stand up and recognize that. Respect my authority. Yeah, that's her attitude right now. You got to come crawling back to me because I know you don't have any money. She honestly thinks that money excuses everything and that money is everything. And it's not, Chantal.
I took a screenshot. I have him blocked. Blocked, blocked, blocked. If he was a no, absolutely not. He's a fucking liar. I don't even feel like I even know him. Looking at just watching him talk so disgustingly about me and like lying, I just don't even. Well, it's not a story, bro. It's my fucking life. So fuck you. Get out of here. God, whoever gifted you a membership should fucking be punished in the worst way.
Oh, so the person who paid the $5, who gifted somebody a membership and spent an additional $5, they should be punished, even though they're on your channel and they're part of the crowd supporting you and paying your rent and paying your bills. and putting the nasties in your mouth, they should be punished. Okay, got it.
Of course not. I did, and every time I see him being a complete dick, it makes me like want him less and less. And then if I keep thinking about all this shit, like it's so unattractive for like a grown man. Like you're actually gonna blame all of it because, like I said, like I could be forgiving if he would actually take ownership and like demonstrate some sort of change, which you expect normal individuals to do.
You know, I already talked about this in a react earlier. When it comes to an obsessed person, there is no right answer, and there is no coming up with something you can say or something you can do that will make them stop being obsessed over you. They're going to find a reason to keep it going. And certainly that is the case with Chantal. If Nader apologized to her, she would take that as he still cares for me, and I'm going to keep going with this. Nothing's going to stop her in her obsession. She wants to keep it going. That's obvious.
Hippies are being, but that doesn't seem to happen with him. So it's just fucking, it's a moot point. Like there's no point in even addressing him at all anymore and just trying to really just let him fade. And it really just sucks because you just feel like as someone who's invested so much energy, mental energy, health, time, money, he's keeping on the side in case Didi gets mad at him and kicks him out.
You know, this is the whole crux of the whole situation. As I said in another react, Chantal's a sore loser. She doesn't like to lose. She's gone through life getting her way all the time. She's never been told no. Nobody ever taught her you can't have everything that you want in life. Some things are just not meant for you. No matter how much you want them, no matter how attractive you think they are, they're not meant for you. And it's okay to find something that's not meant for you. It just meant it's not the right thing for you. But move on and you'll find whatever it is that's meant for you. But she thinks everything in life is something that she's entitled to and that she deserves. And so the word no does not compute in her brain. It's she's not bothered over the time she spent with Nader. She's bothered over the fact that she honestly thought that she could get him. She's entitled to him, and she spent all that money. And because she spent all that money, she now owns him and he owes her. And she's finding out the hard way that no matter how much money you spend on a person, you still don't own them.
You were too amazing to deal with that crowd. Thank you, Lori.
She's
He
not
never paid
amazing.
for Vegas though. He's never paid for a single thing. The only thing he's ever given me is that fucking cat toy that he took from the rat guy. The only thing he's ever done for me. Ever. Like I supplied his entire cigarette habit. Like you know, and for him to just sit there and blame me for all his problems when actually your life would probably be a lot more shit. You wouldn't have Dee Dee if it weren't for me even probably because when she found you through me. The desperate bitch found you through me. So take me to court because you know you'll lose. You know it. You have nothing but your big ugly mouth to fucking flap your gums. That's all you have. Nothing else. Let's get scissors and cut it up. I know I need this friggin' that's sad. Even friends take turns. I know. I I no, I don't want him though.
You
Because I don't want
do.
to be treated like that, and I need to really think about it. Like, I need to get that romanticizing out of my brain and look at it for what it was. Like, he exactly, he paid for nothing. He did nothing for me. He just took, and that's what he's doing with Dee Dee.
So
And that's the only.
so if he's doing it with Dee Dee, be grateful that it's over now and let her deal with it. It's not your problem anymore. Stop obsessing over it and just running in circles in your head with this thing. Let it go, Chantal. Let it go. If you're over there looking at it like, I got nothing out of this, you're wrong. You used him for content for over a year. You made thousands of dollars. You certainly did get something out of this. You got a little bit of companionship, whether it was pleasant all the way or not, it doesn't matter. You still made money off of him. You did. Made lots of money. And if you didn't put the money towards anything you needed, you wasted it all. That's your fault. That's on you. But you did get something out of it. You may not have gotten everything you wanted, but you got something. Just take that for what it's worth and move the fuck on already.
Only reason he's there is to keep, like she is just as nuts as he is. Oh yeah, she's so fucking nuts. Fuck off, Dixie. I'm not into people shaming me for talking about fucking traumatic shit in my life. Screw you. If you don't like it, go find another fucking channel. I don't know why you're so hooked on Foodie Beauty channel when you don't like it, but you have an issue and maybe you need therapy. I'm sure someone will tell you to go read a fucking book or take a hike, just like you're giving me advice to do. Dee Dee knew what she was doing. Well, I don't know if she really suspected it would be this nuts. Well, I hope you're enjoying it now. This is what you wanted. You love it the most, remember? And he, like, trust me, Natter, when I say, when I leave this live stream, I will never breathe in your direction again. Don't you worry. And for you, that's going to be a bad thing because I did so much for you. So now make me look crazy because look, you should be preoccupied with saving your own ass because it doesn't look good for you. It really doesn't look good for you.
And again, if he's an awful person, take comfort in that. If he used you, if he took your money, blah, 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 justice is coming for him. It is. So take comfort in that. You like to feel vengeful and wrathful, and you take a lot of pride in those things, a lot of pleasure. Feel good about that. The justice is coming for Natter.
And you know what? If you did do that, I fucking hope justice is served. I'm not sure about you anymore, honestly. I really, 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 really think that you're a really horrible person. Because I really don't know how you could just like sit there and fucking lie and lie and lie and make like I don't get it. I just don't. I never will. And I have to accept I will never get it and just keep going because you're right. Like my sanity at this point. But I don't like being shamed for talking about things I want to talk about. Like I'm not raging. I'm sitting here talking very logically about it. I'm clear-headed.
You're not talking logically. You've been talking in circles for days. That's not logical. You're just rambling because you're running in circles with your feelings and with your rage, and you're going nowhere.
I just woke up.
Just woke up.
And
from what?
I don't care if he's never even made a gesture, Vegas doll. Never. He's never done anything. It's really hard when you love that person, your heart and brain struggles with it, pulls you back and forth. Pee Wee Herman. Thanks, Lori. I treated him good. The more Dee Dee talks, the more I know she wanted him. Oh, she wants him, but won't come out and say it. She's crazy. Man is not worth your time. You deserve so much better.
Why do people tell her that? Why do people tell her she deserves so much better? Are these people that are telling her this, are they new to her? Because they must be. I've been watching her for a while. I don't think she deserves better. I think she's gotten exactly what she deserves and what she paid for and what she wanted.
I know I do. Absolutely. Because I do have a lot of love to give to somebody.
You don't even have enough life to give to yourself. You need to work on yourself and work on your health, or you're not going to make it to old age, Foodie. That's just a fact. You're not even 40 years old yet. You won't even make it to 50. If you keep pushing the way you're pushing and you're pushing your body beyond its limits, you're not going to last. You need to think about your health and yourself before you think about Natter in this whole ridiculous, drawn out situation.
Please be careful. They manipulate you for harassing and stalking. Mega Doodoo will lie for him. They are very dangerous. They are very dangerous. I have to. I'm not never like after today. I have to just cut them off. Happy Lord Sam. But he has like nothing to lose. He's bitter
You're
and
bitter.
and super angry person,
So
dangerous
are you.
person. So who knows what he'll try to do at this point? Like there's no bound, like there's no end to it, and people just eat up his lies as usual because he's manipulative, and I even believed him for so long, and I don't look credible. I look crazy because I am. Like this whole situation has made me a lot more unstable, and like I need to take better care of my mental health and just do what I have to do, but that doesn't change the fact that he is who he is, you know? And
And I find it ironic the title of this live stream is Telling a Narc to Take Accountability, when she herself is a narc and she doesn't take accountability. And when other people hold her to her word and hold her to her words and say, this is what you said, this is what you did, these are the promises you made, take accountability for it, she'll run back to those people and say, you're shaming me. You shouldn't be shaming me. This is my channel. You shouldn't be shaming me. She can't distinguish between shaming and people telling her the truth. Her defense is you're shaming me. You're bullying me. No, they're telling you the truth. They're holding you accountable. So you want Natter to be accountable and to have accountability, but you don't even have that for yourself. And you resent anybody who puts accountability in your face, even for a second.
I fucking just hate now that he sits there trying to be victim and I made your channel better. You wouldn't have a channel without me, so what are you talking about? You made my channel better. No, I made my channel better by talking about my experiences openly. You know?
You may have talked about your experiences openly. Two things. One, you lied about a lot of your experiences and you continue to lie. Two, it hasn't made you better, it's made you worse. Your obsession with social media and being on YouTube all the time, 6 to 9 hours of live streams a day, that's not healthy. It's not healthy for you. It's not healthy for the reactors you have to cover you. We get tired. We're exhausted. Seriously, like 1:30 in the morning, are you fucking kidding me, Chantal? You can't wait in the morning to say the things you're saying right now? It couldn't wait? Because I've not heard anything shocking or world shaking that you're sharing here that you haven't said during the daytime. It couldn't wait. Really, it couldn't wait. I think it could. I think you could have gone to bed, gotten some sleep, gotten up in the morning, and said this exact same stuff. But you're doing it at this late in the day because you figure all the reactors are asleep and you can sneak in, do this, delete it, and nobody will have it. Well, guess what, Chantal? You're wrong. I'm up. I just happen to be up because I'm doing an ambiance video. So sorry, not sorry. I'm reacting to you.
Oh, like, sorry. They both play on your emotions and mental state. That's really screwed up. They don't know when to shut their butthole. Hole. He just wants me to shut up. I have a right to tell my stories. I have a right to tell my truth. Um,
But none of it is true. That's the problem. You've claimed DVNSA and then you said you exaggerated the claims. I'm sorry. Once somebody says that, it's a done deal. It's over. You're admitting that you will lie about the most serious of things. And if somebody admits that, if they tell you that outright, how can you believe them about anything after that point? You really can't.
I know. I wish I could erase him from my mind, but here we are. Would you ever go back to the police station? I don't know. I honestly, I'm just gonna cut them off really and see what happens. I think like once, I feel like once he's really cut off, he'll like go nuts. I know he like doesn't portray that on live stream, but you guys don't really know him.
Oh Lord, here we go again with this. You guys don't really know him. You don't know what goes on behind the scenes. We know enough. Hours and hours of live streams. What else is there to know? What else? What are we missing here? Fill in the blanks for us, Chantal. You're painting this picture of Nader if he cares about you, blah, blah, blah. If he cared about you, he'd be with you. He would have moved in with you. But apparently, he's the exact same person as what we see on his live streams. And he's someone that doesn't care about you, doesn't love you, will never be in love with you. And this whole ridiculous thing, whether it's true or not true, it's maddening to the rest of us. It needs to end. It needs to stop.
You know, he's so fake online.
So are you.
He's a little Papa Natter online who just likes to make meatloaf. Oh no, he's not. He's an aggressive, fucking angry, crazy individual. He wants you to shut up and put up so people know the real him. So people don't know the real him. Exactly. I don't think Soviet peasant. They wouldn't escort me out. This is not a fucking isolated case. This happens a lot, probably even worse. Domestic violence cases, it's pretty much almost textbook, I'd say.
So there she goes, saying that her case is textbook and using the fact that the stats say that it takes an average of X amount of times before someone who's been abused to get away from their abuser. But her case is not typical, is it? She's not someone living with her abuser and there's no way to get away. He's someone that she has money. She chooses to go back and forth to her supposed abuser. She chooses to spend time around this person, to talk to this person. A lot of people have been through DV. They can't get away because they don't have money. They don't have a place to go. They don't have a safe space. She does. She's got the means to cut him off. She's got the means to stay away, and she chooses not to. So Chantal trying to compare herself to someone who is going through DV, can't do it. Absolutely can't do it. Her situation's different. She doesn't live with Nader. She wants to, but she doesn't live with him. And she has money to get away. She can go anywhere she wants. She's got a car. He's not forcing her to stay in one location and never leave. Don't compare yourself to real victims of DV, Chantal. And don't compare yourself to real victims of SA. I've been through both. You know you've not been through that stuff. Stop claiming that. You're doing it for views. You're doing it for money. Cut it out. You made enough money off those things. It's time for you to stop milking that cow. You had no business milking it in the first place. You did it to make yourself relatable to people in your audience that have actually been through it, trauma bonding with them, trauma dumping on them. It's wrong. It's just wrong.
Is what the detective said. You can see right through him, he's psycho. That rice dish he made looks disgusting. You probably need to cut off completely before you drive yourself insane. Exactly. It's just hurting myself at this point. That's what I realized. Like, I keep hoping for a different result. Like, every time. You know what I mean? Like, some level of humanity in him to talk decently, but he has no reason to talk to me if I'm not giving him anything.
Right.
So he's just gonna now the only thing he
Ding, 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 ding. He has no reason to talk to me if I'm not giving him anything. Did you hear what you just said? He has no reason to talk to me unless I'm giving him something. Chantal, there it was. He has no reason to talk to me unless I'm giving him something. So doesn't that tell you that he doesn't love you? He's never loved you. It's been all about the financial arrangement of getting things from you as much and as quickly as possible. And that's all he's ever been about. And that's all he wants is what you can give him. There was never an emotional connection. There were never any emotional feelings. It's been all about just, she's got a lot of money. She can buy stuff for me. And so I'm going to let her because I will be around her and she'll be happy with that. And I'll say nice things to her and she's happy with that. And in return, you got to talk about him on your channel, use him for content, and make money. And you did. You got something out of it. Not what you wanted, but you still got something. Be happy with that.
He's gonna try to do is like probably like um I don't need to have to drink every night. She clears a bottle of wine a night. No, yeah, she told me she needs to drink it, yeah.
And what do you need to do? You do green every night.
You should never have taken back the charges. Well, I did, but whatever. I did it and it's done, so there's no point in I should have done this, right?
Right?
Like, what's the point?
What is the point?
I think he does enjoy you, but he likes to be in control. Oh, yeah, I feel like he enjoyed being with me.
Sure, he did. He enjoyed it so much that after 2 days, you couldn't spend time around each other. That doesn't sound like somebody who enjoys the company of somebody else. That sounds like somebody who could barely tolerate another person. I noticed a pattern with you and Natter, a big pattern. When you were going over to the trap house, you'd always take wine, edibles, liquor. You always made sure to bring the chemicals because as long as he was drunk and messed up on whatever, he could deal with you. But the next day, when the chemicals wore off, he couldn't stand you. There was even one live stream where he looked at you and said, "Why are you still here?" He said it while you were on live stream. "Why are you still here? Go home." That doesn't sound like somebody who likes another person's company.
And like I said, he's like, I need to be out of Dee Dee's house. I can't stand living here because like their routines were different and she was starting to give him shit. Probably because he fucking lies. He did lie to her. When she called all mad, reading between the lines, we were in Gatineau in bed together for 2 whole days. I don't like being played. You guys are lying to me, blah, blah, blah. She's like, you didn't need to be in Gatineau for your probation appointment. So he lied to her that he didn't need to be there, but he wanted to spend the 2 days with me. So
You know what's funny? I just got done with a live stream. Those of you that were in the live stream earlier tonight, y'all remember the tarot card reading that I did? The few that I did? Y'all remember the reading on Dee Dee? I said that there was something going on with the house, something going on with the condo, some kind of unrest there. And now here's Chantal doing this late night live stream where she's telling people that there is unrest in the house and Dee Dee is not happy with Natter being there. There is some kind of rest going on. It's funny. That's what my card said.
this is what I'm saying. Like, you're such a liar. Like, why do you lie about all this shit? Like, thanks, Karen. Thank you. People who are control freaks are out of control themselves. That's exactly all of that's controlling red flag behavior. I missed him right from the beginning in my live streams. Like, all you have to do is go back to all my like talking about like the red flags. And that's not slander, that's not bullying and harassment. That's just telling things that happened to me.
Nothing happened to you. You're a big liar.
It helps to talk it out. It does. It helps to talk it out and make sense of it. That's why I hate when people like rush me to talk about to get over things. You know, give no fucks about a man who I know. You should just be honest and say exactly. Like I don't know. People like he'll sit on camera and be like, I never was with her. I don't want her. But that's so bullshit.
You know, I wish I could walk up to Natter and say, dude, this has been going on too long. Will you please apologize to her? Say whatever it is you got to say just to make this thing end. Lie if you have to. Just say whatever it is she wants you to say, just so this whole arc can be over. She's keeping it going because you're not apologizing. Just apologize to the woman. Even if you don't mean it, just say it. I want this arc to be over. I'm sick of it. Done.
But why would it like? Why would I want to be exactly? Why would I want to be with somebody? I thought he was just doing this shit to like pay me back before talking about him online. He'll never. I don't know. Yes, he cannot control me. Dee Dee just thinks she won him. Yeah, let me remind you, the only reason you have him leeching off you, congrats. No, better her than me. I'm not even gonna shit talk that.
You know, listening to you, Chantal, one word comes to mind: bitter. You're so bitter. You're so angry and bitter. You're bitter because somebody has something you want. And you thought by paying over and over, it belonged to you. But when it comes to people, no matter how much you pay, you still don't own them. And you will never own them. If you do things for people, if you buy things for people, you should do it out of true goodness and generosity, not because you're looking to own somebody or manipulate somebody or control somebody. You do it because that's what you want to do. And you're not expecting anything back. Or if you are, there's an agreement before you give that they will pay it back in some way. But you're under the impression that your money buys everything and anything, including people. You can't buy people, and you can't buy feelings, and you can't buy connection or real love. Those things have to be freely given. And the way you behave, Chantal, nobody is going to freely give love or companionship to you because you're foul in every way. You are despicable. You're horrible. And you're not willing to change and be a good person. To where maybe one day in life you might encounter somebody who'd want to give you those things. You're walking through life with this egotistical impression that you're so horrible and yet so wonderful all at the same time, that someone's just going to go crazy over you and look past all of your worst points and say, I love her anyway. I'll accept her the way she is anyway. I'll watch her destroy herself, and I'm okay with that. I have no problem with that. Nobody's going to invest their feelings or their heart into someone who doesn't care about themselves or the way they treat other people or is manipulating and evil and wrathful and vengeful. No one's going to do that. So if that's the idea you have in your mind, that you can be as awful as you want to be and yet still find Mr. Instagram model with the washboard abs, ain't gonna work. It hasn't worked so far, It ain't gonna work later.
Better her than me. Honestly, at this point, I'm seeing that. Better her than me. It's like, it was like a compulsion to reach out to him. And then, of course, because of how much wrong he's done, I flip out on him. Like, I do that. I flip out. Like, he's made, like, I'm, this whole situation has made it worse for my mental health way bad. There's
Then
no,
do something about it. You know, at this point, I really wish somebody would step forward and stop this. I wish that her family could step in and stop this. Somebody would just say, listen, we're going to hold you for your own wellness. We're going to make you get your head straight for at least a couple of days. I wish that YouTube would step in and just do something, you know, like limit her live streaming or tell her she can't talk about Natter anymore. She can't engage in reckless behavior or else she won't have a channel. I wish something would happen. Something's got to give. Seriously, something has to.
no future with him. You would have to give up who you are to make him happy. It's time to shut the door on this episode of your life. I agree. I agree. Rather her than you. Yep. So, yet he doesn't block her though. Yeah, exactly. He's full of shit. Wonder why Dee fought so hard. She has, because he can be charming. Like, he can be charming. Um, he's probably love bombing her. He's very good in bed or whatever. He makes up for it with like sex and stuff like that. And he gets you addicted to it. And he gets you like, I don't know. Yeah, I think I'm getting over it. I'm more mad now than it's not about wanting him.
You're not just mad, you're obsessed and bitter. You're angry and you're bitter because the object of your affection and an obsession has cut you off. You're like a person who is addicted to drugs and they develop a really bad drug habit. And if their dealer cuts them off, they get mad. They get real mad because they're used to getting that supply from that person. They trust that person. You're mad about that because Natter was your drug. He is your drug. You said outright, I'm addicted to him. So, in a sense, he's like any narcotic. And you got your fix for over a year. And now your narcotic, your fix is saying no more. And you're angry because you want more.
It's not that you're away and you're angry, you feel wronged and you want justice for it, but I realize my responsibility, and I even said that as I was going to retract the charges. This is gonna hurt your credibility. This is gonna, and I've accepted that, and I don't want to continue talking about it. I don't want to continue dealing with it. I just really have to like make that chart 60 days, and I cannot talk or think about him. I'm not ready to just keep that open.
Serious question, Chantal. What's it going to take? I mean, I think everybody in the audience, they really want to know what's it going to take for you to let go of him, to make this whole thing stop. What do you need? Do you need to have a sit down with him and talk with him? What do you need? What words does he have to say? What actions does he have to do to make you stop? It seems like any interaction he gives you, all it does is keeps it going longer. What's it going to take? What would make you satisfied? What would make you content? Is it an apology? Do you want an apology for him? Would that make things finally end? Would it close the door? All this circling, this ranting late at night. What's it going to take for you to end this? and be done with it and close the door. What? What? You know, you do a lot of talking to him through your live stream, saying a lot of thoughts. But what you haven't said is getting in a live stream and saying, look, here's what will make me happy. Here is what will make my soul satisfied and give me closure if you do this. Come right out and say it in plain terms what it is you most desire. What will make this whole thing end? Come right out and say it. Search your soul and think about it. Instead of all this useless ranting and negativity, say what will make it end. Let him know so that maybe he can do it and we can all just move the fuck on from all this crap. This circling is making everybody nuts. It really is.
The next phase will be acceptance. Yeah, I'm not ruining my life for that fucking asshole.
Too late.
Nope.
Already done. Already ruined.
Yeah. I don't know if I have him. I think I have his channel blocked. I'm not subscribed to him. Please let this be it, girl. Don't let him win. Ignore him. Yep. You know, ignoring is like the hardest thing to do.
No, it ain't. Just don't watch him. Don't pay attention to him. Ignore him. And if people come into your chat and they start talking about him and saying, oh, he's doing this and saying that on his channel, tell those people, first warning, don't talk about Nat or you're going to get blocked. They do it again, then block them. Rule your chat with an iron fist about that. Say, look, from here on out, we're not talking about Natter. I'm not going to bring him up. You guys don't bring him up. We're not going to keep this rolling. The train stops here. Lay the law down. No more talking about Natter by me or anybody else. I don't want to know what's going on his channel. Don't tell me if he's cooking. Don't tell me if he's talking to Dee Dee. I don't want to know.
Yeah, I can't watch content of course I'm gonna be curious because especially with this case, like everyone's gonna be talking about it. You know what I mean?
Then you know what you do? Go to the reaction channels or go on Twitter. People be talking about it there. Usually when things happen in the reaction community, you know, it spreads like wildfire to Twitter. Go to Twitter. That way you can avoid watching his content. Problem solved.
And he probably won't stop talking about me once he realizes it's completely done. I know, sorry. Do you not think that he is going to do the same thing to her as soon as someone else? He's already left that open. Of course he's going to do the same thing. He was just moving in with me June 1st. So, I mean,
how could you move in if you didn't even have a place locked down? You weren't even started to move. You're not packed or anything. What do you mean? You were looking for places, allegedly, but you guys didn't have anything locked down.
He would have left her. And of course, he's leaving that door open because he says it's not my girlfriend. She's not my girlfriend. He's hard. He's all over YouTube. Exactly.
Of course he's going to leave the door open. Because you're talking about moving in with him. He knows how volatile the two of you are. And where he's at is a definite place he can stay. Of course he's going to leave the door open. He doesn't want to screw that up. Grifters always think about what benefits them more so than anybody else.
Exactly. It's hard to avoid him. That's why.
No, it ain't.
You know?
It's not that hard.
So.
Not impossible.
His channel is small. How will they even have money for lawyers to sue you? I wonder if Dee Dee works still. I don't know how she works. She literally is up till what time? Like all hours of the night drinking wine, reading his stupid chat, defending him, licking his asshole.
and you would love to be doing any and all of that, Chantal. And you're bitter because you're not, because somebody else is doing it and she doesn't have to pay thousands of dollars to do it. You are a bitter, scorned woman. There's that old saying, Chantal, hell hath no fury like a scorned woman. And you are the scorned woman. You're the woman sitting at the table in his house. Remember her? You traded places with her now. You are now that person.
Idaho. I'm an addict too. I mean, I can't shame her for that, but and I don't think you were shaming. I mean, just making an observation. But you're absolutely right, Karen. She is. There's Idaho. Hi. The reality of it, like, well, I don't know what like romanticized because no, sister wives, no fucking thank you. Like Vegas, he never ever ever even paid for like one thing. Like I funded the whole relationship.
Yeah, well, you're the big idiot. You chose to do that. Nobody forced you.
Like just to be abused by him. Like it's so
You weren't abused. Shut up. Don't use that language. I find it offensive. You were never abused, Chantal. You weren't. Shut up.
crazy that I would do that to myself. And that's what I have trouble processing is like all of the trauma that goes along with being in a narcissistic abusive relationship. It's just crazy.
You were both narcissists. You were both abusive. I know you want to paint this picture like he was the bad guy, but you're the bad guy too. You even said that you're abusive. It wasn't just him. You're both scumbags. You're both highly abusive, manipulative, twisted ass people. And you deserve each other. Honestly, you deserve to be in each other's company. And I really wish he would be in a relationship with you, because then that would mean women would not be around him and men wouldn't be around you. You'd be saving decent people from being around the two of you. You two monsters need to be around each other. And that would keep you away from decent people.
Like, yeah, I don't know. A total bum with no money who never pays. Yeah, farmhouse. The slippers, I don't have them back. Gross. They were black. Yeah, I do. I did a lot for him because I loved him, and now I'm being ridiculed and shamed for it and look like a psycho. So I'm just gonna try my best to ignore everything. Was he messed up that night? No. A 10-minute conversation is not the actions of someone who doesn't want to talk. Exactly. He answered my phone calls, and now because I outed him on that, he wouldn't even answer them last time. So he's gonna try to make me. You think you're gonna try to make me look crazy? Like he's. If people can't see what he's doing, oh well, whatever. Running from the law because he wasn't allowed to be with me. He had a no contact order, and he was with me. So yeah. But like, doesn't he understand? Like for me, I would feel so much better. Like no matter how horrible what I done is, I would feel so much better coming online and being like, yes, I did this, and explaining myself or whatever, being like, okay, yes, I have done these abusive, like, but I thought, like, this is my, like, delusional thinking. I thought, okay, yes, I did do these things to her. Like, we would go live together as a loving couple, and he would take ownership of everything, and he would say sorry, and we would get, like,
Oh, so let me get this straight. You not only want an apology from Natter, but you want him to give an apology and you want to be a loving couple with Natter. Well, you've never been a loving couple with Natter. Not once, not ever. He said that you guys were together for exactly 1 week. And then after that, it's no. But you want him to not only apologize, that's not good enough. The apology is not good enough. He's got to be in a relationship with you too. You're asking a lot from someone who doesn't care about you, Chantal. You should just be happy with maybe an apology and move on.
Be happy and everything. Like, can you believe I actually thought he would actually take ownership for any of his actions?
You don't take ownership for yours.
It's like that's where I'm super delusional, I guess. And that's
Yep.
actually where I didn't understand how narcissists work. See how I would let myself be the fucking one? I hate myself. I would accept him blaming me for him being abusive. The false charges. I would even believe the false charges. No, they're not false. Every single thing I said.
Girl, game over with you. You said you exaggerated the claims. What else does anybody need to hear? When you trump up claims, you exaggerate them, you lie. What else does anybody need to hear?
I told them about the fight. That happened. You abused me that night.
Shut up. You did not.
You did hide my keys on several times. You did not want me to leave.
Probably because you were drunk or messed up and it'd be unsafe to have your butt on the road. I'd be hiding your keys too. Not because I loved you, but because I don't want to see anybody else hurt by you, fool. But you came over to Natter's house always stocked with chemicals because you knew that if you got him drunk and you got drunk, he wouldn't let you go home. That was your way of manipulating the situation to where he would let you stay. You never went over there sober because A, the two of you can't be around each other sober. B, that meant he would let you stay the night.
He didn't actually, like, I never actually physically tried to leave. Like, I got up and he would, like, throw my purse. So I didn't actually, like, he didn't actually physically restrain me from leaving the house.
Right. So hold on. So he never physically restrained you from leaving, which meant that you were not forced to stay. But if you were intoxicated, the wisest thing would be to say, you're not going anywhere. And you took advantage of that because you made sure in every situation where you would natter, you were both too wasted to do anything, to go anywhere. And you counted on the fact that he would have you stay. And that's why he would let you stay the night all those times.
But I was too afraid to try because he would be like, "You're not leaving, blah, blah, blah." So that's what I meant by that confinement. I could explain every single charge. And I took the blame for it and reversed everything for you. And you still treat me like fucking shit. Oh, sorry, Karen, hold on. When Dee Dee said, "Take her for every penny," she showed her true colors. Yeah, yeah, it's daylight.
Maybe Dee Dee is tired of your shit and the fact that you just won't let go. And maybe she feels that's the only way to make you let go because nothing else has worked. I mean, if somebody has got obsessive, stalker like behavior and you told that person to stop talking about you and stop bothering you and they refuse to stop, what else do you do except go to the authorities and file a case to where they're forced to let go? I mean, where else do you go from there?
I fell asleep at like what, 10? What day? Because he's still up there trying to blame me for everything. You should be worried about making things right in your life, pal.
Oh, so that's the plan? He might be going to jail. So before he goes to jail, you want him to make things right with you and apologize to you. Guess what? It ain't going to happen. No matter how much you go after him, it's not going to happen. He's never going to apologize. He's not.
I enjoy being alone too. I always see comments like how sad she's in a hotel room by herself. By my own choosing, I just spent the night with Tony. I can see people when I want to. I don't want to. I'm very selective about my company, actually. So
No, you're not selective. You're just deathly afraid that you might do something that might make him so angry he will never see you again. You are so afraid of pissing him off that you don't want to do anything that might piss him off. Even though I'm sure he doesn't care if you have sex with other men, he might be actually relieved. That's one less thing he has to do in your company. That if you get your rocks off with another dude, that means he don't have to do it. You don't hold as much emotional weight with him as you think you do, Chantal. He can't stand you. If he could get away with walking up to you and taking the money out of your purse and walking away from you after that, he would do it. If he could walk up to you, put his hand out, you put money in it, and then he walks off and does his thing, he would do that if you'd let him get away with it.
Oh, yeah. That's either abandonment issues or attachment issues. He's got his own issues, and that's why I always felt empathy for him. And
And I think that you have abandonment issues, big time abandonment issues. That's why you configure things to where every man that you encounter, you try to create a toxic system of codependency where they rely on your money because that gives you comfort knowing that they can't escape you and they won't walk away from you and they'll always be there for you.
mm, part of me still does a bit, for the whole situation is sad. I don't think that there's any winners in this situation.
No, there isn't.
Um,
You're all losers.
I think that the focus is wrong. It's still just about a power struggle for him. It's
And
like
it's a
I
it's a
really
it's
hope
a power struggle for you too.
that he gets help, and I hope that everyone involved in this gets help, and I hope that
Well, you need to get help too.
and and I feel like a lot of people, like I would treat it like that. I would always forget, and when I would address this relationship, that it's an abusive, narcissistic, abusive relationship, and that just changes the whole thing.
She wants him to come out and say, "Yes, I abused Chantal. I hurt Chantal." You want to know why? Because she wants to scream even louder. See, I was abused. He even said so. I'm more the victim now. That's what she wants. To always be the victim, always be throwing her hands up saying, "Nothing is my fault." There are a lot of things that are your fault, Chantal.
And it's very devastating to find out that he's like that because to do. What's fucked up is when I finally feel like I'm letting go, I feel so much better. So I don't know why I let myself get roped back in. It's like
Because you
I
pursue it.
just missed something that's not true. 60 days of glow up, yeah.
Yeah, good luck with that. I want the 60 days of glow up. I want content where Natter is not involved. That would be amazing. But I got to be honest, I don't have much hope for that because we're talking about somebody. This is not a normal case of one person being in love with another person and their heart gets broken and it takes a while for their heart to heal. And in the meantime, they're bitter, they're hurting, and they're in their feelings. No, we're talking about somebody who is beyond obsessed. And obsessions don't go away overnight, especially if the person who has the obsession keeps feeding the obsession. Then it never goes away and it never quits. So this picture she's got painted in front of everybody. Oh, I'm just another heartbroken female in Canada. He broke my heart, so sad. I was in love. You guys understand, right? About having a broken heart. You guys understand me. I don't think it's about Chantal's heart that's broken. It's her pride. It's her ego that's been broken. And she doesn't know how to deal with it. She doesn't know how to process it. She's a narcissistic person and her pride has been broken and scorned. And her ego's been broken and scorned. And she's just spinning in circles now.
Yeah, I need passion.
So that's it for the live stream. I'm actually surprised that I got it all. I thought she would dirty delete by now. She very well may be. I'm sure it won't be up by the time I get up in the morning, even though it's almost 3 in the morning. Hope you guys have enjoyed this react video. Thank you very much for watching, and please have a good day. Bye-bye. See you later.